Hello, welcome back to Let's Talk About Stuff-okey, where I talk about stuff to distract myself from the fact that the worst thing in my life could happen at any moment. It's not factual, usually. I mean, it could be. It's just stuff. This video's subject is going to be duck-related questions. I know what you're wondering. What do you mean, duck-related questions? Do you mean actual questions that can be answered about ducks? Well, that depends on how you look at the question. As a young person, I was known as something people call a loner. This was usually because of my interest in social interactions and the lack of emotional regulation taught in my family. Has this affected many of my relationships growing up? Yes. Has this affected my social skills? 100%. I didn't know how to talk to people back then. I still kinda don't now. If you met me in person, I'll be real. You would either find me very boring or think, why is this person so quiet? That's so annoying. Anyway, one strategy I had begun to try to adopt, because one of my struggles with my social stuff was questions. Because here's the thing about questions. Questions give you something to use in a social setting. It gives you something to talk about, it makes sure the other person is talking more than you. It makes the person feel like you're more invested in them. And ideally, if you're listening and paying attention, which you should be, you're going to be able to get a lot more information that you can use to segue into whatever you want to talk about. You get a new topic to talk about, which is usually really helpful. But random person on the internet, you may ask, how does this circle back to ducks for you? Well, you see, one of the best questions I, at the time when I was younger, had in my tool set was very much what-if questions. These are usually hypotheticals where I leave the question so open-ended that a person can answer however they want. Ideally, not only is this a way to analyze what their personality is like, it also lets you get to know them better. Unfortunately, that has not been working as well for me these days, because recently I have been running out of questions to ask. One of my main ones used to be very pop culturally dated, which I struggle with. Nowadays, usually the questions are, if the shortest duck was the tallest duck, what would you do? How do you even answer that? No one knows. It looks like 3 minutes are up. I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a good day.